Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Son, sorry for being so overly indulgent. I figured this is going to be the last recording session for this playthrough, so I wanted to let the prelude text scroll play one more time so you could see where we came from, son. But yeah, here we are. There's the Jade Passage. It's that little, like, circle of water. I guess they expect you to just fly around this area, because the NPCs will tell you that it's near here. I like that this little, like, what did we call it? Canal channel through the two continents that allowed us to go from the inner sea to the outer sea. Like, that's where the Jade Passage appeared. There's something, like, symbolic about that, I'd like to believe. Is there anything we want to do on the overworld before we plunge into the Jade Passage, into Pandemonium, and straight into Hell, where the Emperor still needs to be kicked in the dick? Can you believe this guy? I'm tempted to get a chocobo and ride around just because we didn't get a chance to do it as much as I really wanted to. We could take a chocobo to the Jade Passage. Is that true? Can you... do you have to land an airship in there? Let's find out. I believe the Chocobo Sanctuary is somewhere in this region. It gives us an excuse to fight these big fucking worms. Also, sandworms in the woods. Excuse me, you better hope the woods worms don't find out that you're encroaching on their territory, boys. They don't take kindly to shit like that. Okay, you did it. Quack 10. We should have cast Float. Disclaimer, Float is not a spell in Final Fantasy II. Like, oh man, oh jeez. Got this one empty spell slot on Furion. It's kind of hurtful. Oh yeah, he's got the fucking Excalibur. I completely forgot. Get just a handful of flare uses for old Maria. I know I grinded it up to level 6, but I mean, it could be in excess of 6. You two take care of that one. I believe in you. What have you got equipped? The Sun Sword? Nah, Thunder Spear, boys. Now that I know the second Blood Sword is unavailable to me, I don't mind Leon using a non-sword weapon, because that was the reason why I cared about Leon's sword skill growing higher. Was so that he and Furion can double team the Emperor. Spoilers. You crowd take a fucking month to get through your turns. I'm talking to the enemies. Hopefully the party members don't think I'm talking about them. Dead. Punch without rhythm. It won't attack the worm. Okay. We got this. Yeah. The Sun Sword is a fun sword, but the Excalibur is more better. That's what they say at Sword School. We got shit kicked out of us trying to get in here and talk to these fucking chocobos. I never anticipated it. Okay, we were 2 steps away. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to catch Chocobo to ride over to my airship so that I can go to someplace with a bed. Why has it got to be like this? It wouldn't be as bad if it didn't have the pop-up, the nothing here text box when you miss It's like trying to talk to Paul. The Paul and Chocobo must use the same AI. Why is this the hardest time I've had? What do you know about the Jade Passage? You're real fucking useful. I'm glad this is the only Final Fantasy you appear in, Chocobo-san. Well, that was fun. It just felt wrong to not acknowledge the Chocobo one more time. Okay, I'm fucking hooked up in this airship. I guess we'll go to Mysidia. It is the nearest place. I was going to say, I can't see my little shadow to aim myself. How are our items holding up? That's right, we bought a bunch of shit. Good shit, I'd mind you. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know. I'll never know the name of this town again, but you let me know about current events. Hi, I got the shit beat out of me by a bunch of big sandworms. I was hoping I could lay down in that bed and sleep this shit off, son, like a bad hangover. Alright, enough fun and games on the overworld. We do truly need to just go ahead and beat this damn game so I can start editing and uploading these. I haven't put a single episode of this up yet. You crowd must be revolting and also very disagreeable as a group. It's a very funny joke I just made. I should probably save my game. I took one step into the Jade Passage. I like to think somehow Gordon and the Princess Hilda were watching us and they're like, there go our greatest hope, the four youths, the warriors of light. And he took one step in there and then stepped out and they're like, no, that's alright. Don't you have an army that you could throw in here? Hold on, how am I going to walk through a spooky ancient cave that leads to hell without the ancient text here in front of me to guide me? Passage to Pandemonium. Alright, so what do we want out of here? There's a diamond mace, which is real good for mace users, but, I mean, Maria's pretty much dedicated caster these days. Well, look at you, fucker crowd. Ain't you pleasant? Alright, you kill that one. You attack that one. You make sure Furion kills that one. And you make sure Maria-chan kills that one. What a good plan. Oh no, Leon's getting slapped around. That's a good chance to toughen him up a little bit. We slapped some of our best heavy armor on him. The shit Gus and Furion were tired of carrying around. They were like, here, Leon, put this high-level armor on. Salamander fell. 7 hits with a Thunder Spear. It's a good thing? Question mark. Keep on flaring. That way you know you're faring pretty good. See? Leon got fat HP up. What's his stamina at? 48. So that should be the amount he gains. Somebody do that math. Alright, Leon, time to start leveling your cure spell. He's like, you're sure this is actually secret dark magic, right? We're like, oh yeah. Think about it. What's more miserable than having to exist longer in this terrible world? And so curing somebody in a way hurts them more than if you actually dispatched them. And Leon's like, my god, it's brilliant. LiveJournal's never seen anything like this. I'm bumping you up in my top 5 spaces on MySpace. You earned it. This will be my 2nd greatest achievement of all time. If you're curious what his #1 achievement of all time is, it's getting every ending in Shadow the Hedgehog. Son, that's an undertaking. Goddamn. You think playing the original NES Final Fantasy II is a process? I never even played Shadow the Hedgehog, and I understand. My God, you are bad at casting your magic. I wonder what his spirit is. He's like, I only have teen spirit, which you'll find my odor quite matches. Let's see, 16. He's got 36 int. I guess he and Maria were just smart kids. All right. The Emperor's down there tapping his foot. He's like, why is it taking him so long to get down here and kick me in the dick? Apparently that's how he talks now. You look like sandworms, but purple. Does that make sense? Whew, God, I wish Ultima did something. Okay. He's going to attack that one. And Maria will flare it. If there was a Bisworm, yo, we'll flare it. Okay. Do you think Gus's Holy Magic would do more damage, though? That's the thing. And honestly, the Sun Sword is probably more powerful than the Thunder Spear. Unfortunately, it's another pro sword, anti-spear stance that the data just backs up. It's hard to disagree with. Even Spear Lover 69 might have to take a moment to think about it. Okay, he did 485 damage with that. Okay, that was a fun turn. Now let's see. Well, they're going to kill him anyway, so it doesn't matter. Cyclo 13 is what we were just saying. Gus can take it on the fucking jaw, boys. Gus is the only party member that could get hit for 1,300 damage and just be like, what? Beg pardon. Gus feels like a window must be left open, for he felt a slight breeze. Gus Halberts. That's his canon last name now. Tenfey historians talk about being thrown a rich, juicy lore bone. That's also how Data's brother in Star Trek. That's his pickup line in 10-4 to try to seduce people. Tasha Yar's like, no thanks. One time with one of you fucking Soon boys was enough. I'm gonna go get killed by the Metamucil tar monster now. I mean, we got to get his cure to level 2 at some point. So, he's got to put in the time and the fundamentals to level up his magic. I love how... Does anyone's portrait match their character sprite when you think about it? Gus is probably the closest. Because Maria's there with her purple hair, but she uses the fighter red mage, white mage palette, we'll call it, from Final Fantasy 1. And Leon's got his like slick back white hair, but in battle you'll see that he's basically a Final Fantasy 1 thief, but like advanced. You're like, oh, you made a ninja? Ninjas actually use the red color palette too. But Gus, you know that he doesn't want to be considered sus. I realized going through this whole playthrough, if I was going to make Gus don't like the fuss and cuss jokes, that you kids wouldn't like tolerate it if I didn't at least make one sus Gus joke. That's like our version of Kill Bill. It's sus Gus. The trailer's there and he's standing in the snow. And Leon's there with a katana sword and he's like, you didn't think it would be that easy, did you? And then cut over to Gus, who's wearing that yellow Uma Thurman jumpsuit. But he doesn't have a katana sword because he would have no need for things. He's just got his holy hands. And he's like, for a second there, Gus did think it would be that easy. You can't, I mean, he's not going to say the line exactly like Uma Thurman. You'll notice Leon is now level 2 cure. That's right. The sophomore album, the best one. I don't know a single fucking thing about The Cure, the band, except that they're quote-unquote emo, and you're supposed to make fun of them. And I only know about that because I believe 8-Bit Theater made fun of them. That ties this back to Final Fantasy. I really don't want to fight these fucking things. Can we run away? Everybody, thank you. Salamander Jean is not my lover. What a weird recurring bit. Well, I forgot that when you run away from enemies in Final Fantasy 2, they just keep coming. It's what inspired Stephen King to write Sometimes They Come Back. You know he had an imported Famicom in Final Fantasy. God, stop fucking throwing blazes at me, son. Never thought I'd see the day. Drowning in blazes, and I just want one Rouge the Bat. Like that song about knives and forks. The cat claw dagger is over there. And you remember in the first game, that was cool because it like gave our... Oh no, we've been hit with amnesia. It gave our black mage, our spiky-haired black mage, something to stab with. But nobody here really cares about daggers. Maria took 1 semester of daggers as an elective. And she just coasted by. It was just a pass or fail class. She showed up for the exam. Like hung over with like big sunglasses on, her hair barely fucking brushed. In her pajama pants and her fucking worn out Pokemon t-shirt from the 90s. And the knives professor was like, Miss Maria, how wonderful to see you in my class. Then he handed her the dagger, and she just stabbed him in the stomach immediately before he could even say one more word. And everybody was so horrified and rushed over and everything, but the professor looked up and met her eye to eye, and he was like, you pass. Brilliant. I've never had such a student. Okay, amnesia just means he can't cast magic, which means he can use the magic of punching. Okay, we're going to have to go in the inventory and compare the Sun Sword to the Lightning Spear and see if I could justify using it. Okay, yes, you cast an AoE, everyone cares. Thank God for emulator speed up. There's probably kids that grew up in Japan in the 80s playing this game that haven't finished their first playthrough because every night during their 12 minutes that they have free time between schoolwork and after-school activities, they get in a battle, and as soon as the enemy casts an AoE, they just roll their eyes and roll over onto their futon and go to sleep. They're like, when I wake up, that animation will probably be complete. I have just enough time to get me a piece of toast to carry in my mouth as I go running out the front door. Mega Parasite. I meant to say that like Mega Man from Captain M, but I accidentally did my edgy boy Leon voice. Longtime Tenfey viewers will understand that the edgy Leon voice is just Black Tunic Link from Breath of the Wild. We just reused that voice actor. It's like John Benjamin, who I like, and I like all the shows he works on. I just realized people are going to like, is he fucking shit talking Bob's Burgers? I sat through all of fucking Final Fantasy 2 just to have my heart broken. If he says one fucking word about Archer, that's it. I'm turning off the TV and going outside. Life's too short for this nonsense. Okay. This will be a good chance to test, because remember, they attacked with Thunder Spears and Holy previously. Oh no! Leon's just a little feller, son. He can't take big hits like that. You think that we're not even technically in the final dungeon yet either. This is like the walkway to the final dungeon. We're final dungeon adjacent. We gotta toughen him up, boys. Put some meat on them bones. Alright, you kill that. You're going to finish that off. I didn't pay attention to how much damage your holy hands did, so just cast Holy. No, that should have killed him. It's not fair, they're cheating. Why do the enemies have to fucking cheat in Final Fantasy? At least they're using their shitty AoEs instead. Dead. Okay. You kill that, you run away. That's a plan. Okay, good. He did a shitty AoE. Okay, can't escape. That's fine. We know what we're doing. Paladin up for a moment and cure yourself. Are abyss worms weak to anything? This would be the moment I need to know that. If they're like weak to ice or something, I've got to hit them with it. Alright. Sacred texts. Monstars. Where do you list the abyss worm? I don't understand the like order of this shit. I don't know if they're in like categories or what. Who knows how long ago this fucking guide was even, internet guide was written. Okay, here we go. Abyss worm. Not only that are they not weak to any particular element, but they absorb fire. My god. Well, that's fine. We can just keep flaring him, yeah. Just keep on flary on, as they say. Okay. I'd love to bring Leon back to life before the end of this fight, because you know that he'll get HP, but the problem is we don't know if that thing will just AoE and kill him, so we're going to try this. I don't expect Maria's life spell to land, but if it does, we'll be lucky. Nope. Alright, we're just going to have to end the fight. Get Master Chief in here. It's time to end this fight. Oh, wow. He actually went before Furion. We're lucky we didn't get killed. Okay. Let's take a moment and gather ourselves. Once again, I would love to be leveling Leon's Cure Magic. It's only slightly less tedious than cancel selecting in battle, I realize. Even though it would be more efficient, I still refuse to put Cure as his #1 spell. He won't let me. Drain. That's what Dark Knights consider a Cure spell. Okay, yeah, it's gonna take a fucking month. If we only use this curing outside of battle, I guess it don't really matter what level we get it to. Yeah, we need to get in a fight with the enemies that don't quite knock the dog shit out of you. Because even with all that fancy armor we've put on, of course there's some good shit armor here in the final dungeon that we're planning on giving to Leon. I won't spoil what it's called, but just know it's a recurring set of really good armor. And that one time a certain handsome boy by the name of Ramza Beolv had a hell of a fucking time stealing it from a pain-in-the-ass vampire man. And you'll know exactly what set of gear I'm talking about. Okay, we're somewhat healthy. We're not as wealthy as we were. Well, we're wealthy because we invested that money into elixirs. Any elixirs we don't use before the end of the thing, after the game is over, the characters themselves could just vendor them and get some of that money back. Because, you know, when you finish a JRPG adventure like this, you got to settle down. You'd think maybe the kingdom would, like, give them, like, all nice houses and a piece of land or something, but I don't know how the politics of this fucking place work. Oh, great. This fucking crowd. We need to get the hell away. He's like, no, I shall cast magic instead. Hell yeah. Marlboro Jean. Alright, before we forget, you and you get up here. Alright, let's do a bit of testing with old Leon. So he has 96 attack with the Sun Sword. And he has 91 attack with a Thunder Spear. Oh, it's heartbreaking. If we go up against something weak to Thunder, it would be nice, I guess. I don't know how often that happens. She's one of these ethers, just get it out of our inventory. Why not, Leon? Okay. All of these doors are like fake trap doors that we don't care about. Why ain't you cried lovely? The Sphinx. Alright, I feel like fighting. Getting my fighting blood back up. Alright, punch and slice. Okay, good. He can one-shot those. I don't even mind that Maria is flaring the darkness. 540 damage. 645. I'm trying to remember because if we fight these things again, I'll have Gus slap a holy on them. And we'll go from there. Let's just keep making Gus's hands real strong so he can contribute. Oh no, if you don't get all them hits. What? he manages to not one-shot an enemy and that's his punishment? Is it turn into a fucking statue? That's horrible. Oh no, stats for Furion and Gus, but that's okay. We'll let the siblings. Oh look, we get to see Maria's overworld sprite for a brief moment. Which is also different than the white version that's used in certain... I guess it has to do with limitations. We're in the scenario. Both of our characters that can Asuna got turned to stone. Which means we have to use our one fucking gold needle. We can warp out of this place, by the way, if things get real shitty. It just means we got to trudge back down to wherever we warped from. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. I think that's how these dungeons... I guess waterfalls hurt you. I think that's how these dungeons are like intended to be done in these old games. Is, you know, you go in there a little at a time. Now, there's a rune axe in that box. Oh no, Leon's the only front character. Also, don't turn everyone to stone. Okay, as long as... if we could get a damn ribbon, we wouldn't have to worry about this so much. Okay, well, they put them in the front row for me, so at least there's that. Alright, we need to make sure that y'all kill them. Let's holy both of them. That way, if Furion doesn't do enough damage to finish them off... Okay, good. That should be enough. Unfortunately, Gus's holy against the single target will still do split damage. But every little bit helps when you're fighting pain-in-the-ass enemies like these. Ah, everyone. Looks like... I don't know what their last names are, so I can't say the blank siblings. We could call them the Leonhardt siblings. Leon Leonhardt and Maria Leonhardt. I don't know how powerful the rune axe... Didn't he have a rune axe when we got him? Let's look at it, at the very least. Look at fucking lizards. Fucking piss me off. Thinking they're so clever. Punch hands, Gus. Punch hands, Gus. You're in the back row. So... yeah, why not cast Dream for fun? Actually, he could also Osmos for fun, too. We need to get Furion up to one more hit with that sword so he can one-shot some of these enemies. I'm assuming that's all he's lacking. Booyah. Okay, okay. Dream for fun, too. Flare has leveled up. The flare spell has started to move. What is everyone's stats at these days? He's going to need a lot of punching to get that hand skill up. His axe skill is actually higher than his sword skill. Oh, my monster didn't want us to have this rune axe. Oh, Lord. Now, are you the same behemoth that we fought with Gordon? I'm going to think that you are. So, I'm not that worried. You make everyone berserker. You punch. In fact, yeah, let's get some weapon skills. Furion's not at full HP. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the ass. Bit on the cheek of the ass by a behemoth, son. What a nightmare. You're like, maybe to you. Alright, cool and beans. Alright, well that's not a terrible amount of damage to take. Oh, I meant for... I completely forgot to berserk everybody because I had to backtrack to cancel select. Okay, this turn's going to be dedicated to casting spells, which I should have done the first turn. So, berserk everybody. Give everybody a blink. Even you should cast something. I guess Osmos. You could slap Gus all you want. He doesn't care. You're just making the fight better for him, son. It's like that horse-headed man said in that one hentai. Wordsworth? Is that what that was called? Okay. Everyone's blinky. Thanks for the free MP, idiot. Alright, now we're ready to just murder this thing. I can't imagine it living past this turn. Oh no, sometimes they get crits. It's so sad. I wanted to see Gus's big punches. Big punches Gus, as we used to call him. I'm going to stop to cast a life spell on him, because I believe in Gus. And him getting a little bit more HP and stamina at the end of the fight. Of course it didn't land. Alright. This will be a good chance for Leon to become slightly healthier if we survive this fight. Okay, I can't keep kidding around. I've got to actually extend effort. Tell you what, if you somehow survive, try to hit Gus with your life spell. He's wearing fucking armories or the gear strapped to him, so his magic penalty's got to be like maxed out. Yeah. It was a fun dream to have. No, Maria, you don't attack. I couldn't remember what she was holding. I still believe in Gus. The heart of the Gus. Furion, the fierce knight, will protect us. Oh, Gus is fine. Oh, we've got a death idol. I'm going to assume that's an item that casts death, which means I didn't even get a chance to look at it. Leon snatched it. He was like, this is mine now. This landed in my yard. It's mine now. What's your attack power with this axe? Well, that's a fucking 100 times higher than this sun sword. What the hell was I thinking? I'm glad I went over there and looked in that box. Good for me. You're like, yeah. You're a real fuck class act in this playthrough, Uncle Tenfey. I tell you what. Get him a little handful of cures. It'd be handy for him to have a decent cure spell, because if he's always going last, then we could, like, hope he cures if we think we're going to take damage. I realized that there was no benefit to somebody going last with a cure spell. I couldn't even make up a bullshit reason in my head. Zombie, EE. Okay. Good lord, this takes a while. Imagine how quick you could level Cure. Well, you can in the more modern version of this game, because you can just select Cure and mash that button, boys. Live the dream. Takes me, what, 2 seconds on average to cure somebody? And it takes 50 uses of cure to gain it a level. So somebody do that maths. Hopefully the stand-up maths guy is watching, as I always assume he is. Along with Hidetaka Miyazaki and Shigeru Miyamoto. And in the case of this playthrough, Sakaguchi. Of course he's on the secret council of Japanese video game developers that are all against Tenfey. It's like the council in Death Clock. They're always sitting there watching a big screen, and they're like, we've got reports that the Tenfey is planning on playing Final Fantasy II. And Sakaguchi is like, oh yes, the Pixel remaster just came out. And the person giving the presentation is like, no, the Famicom original. And everybody fucking, there's a hushed silence. And Sakaguchi is like, the arrogant fool. I intentionally made that game bad as a joke. Has he not seen Office Space? It conveys all the themes and messages of that movie without any of this nonsense. I forgot to make a save state on that screen so that I could hide it from y'all, so I'm just going to do it right there. Fuck it. We're in the final dungeon. Okay. Look at this pack of fucks. Fucking ambushed. I don't even care what y'all are doing. We're going to speed up through your shitty ambush, and then I'm going to run away. Okay, good. God almighty. I'm expected to deal with this fucking nonsense. Alright. 4 of you. There are 4 of them. Preemptively ran away. Alright, that reminds me to put you back in the front row, and then we've got the heal again. What did you get your cure up to? Is it level 3 yet? Fuck. And boom. Look at that. You never thought he'd have a level 3 magic spell, did you? You're like, no, but in my defense, I never thought you would subject us to this nonsense you put us through. Like, well, then you must not be a long-time Tenfey fan. Alright, if you go behind this waterfall, there's a shop. I guess there's just a shopkeeper standing there. And he sells a lot of good books. Haste. Okay. Did you ever learn haste? No, he did in one of the timelines. That's right, I forgot. Well, that'll give him a magic spell to play around with for fun, since Ultima is not quite what it used to be, unfortunately. I wish we could have gotten more use out of the swap spell. I just kind of forgot it was there. Alright. Do we want any of this other shit you sell? Oh, you can also sell stuff, I guess, if, you know, you don't feel like teleporting out of here. I wish you sold gold needles. Death Berserk. So this is the first point we'd be able to buy Berserk if we hadn't gotten one as a drop. Same thing with Haste. We had to buy one here at the fucking end of the game. A Berserk Tome could be useful in certain instances, and so could a Haste Tome, actually, when everybody's buffing up, but whatever. Two of these fucking things. Every time I see them, I want to sing. You're like, please don't. Too late. Oh no. Oh yeah, I wanted to make us a level 10 punch boy. So, a couple of cheeky, sneaky cancel selects. I'm sure y'all don't mind at this point. He came so close to fucking one-shotting that thing. I don't even care about them, like, damaging me or hurting me or anything. They're wasting time. Dispel, by the way, is bugged. It doesn't actually do anything, so it's about the best thing we could hope for them to do. Hatchet Man, Leon. Went aboard him, son. Dark Knights can use axes. Why wouldn't they? Axes are an inherently edgy weapon when you think about it. Which of these doors? Probably the last one. Imagine that. Alright, we've made it all the way down to here. There's some good fucking shit on this floor. Of course it's behind an optional boss. Wow, that's just what I want to fucking deal with. 5 fucking Marlboros. They don't have the bad breath ability, I don't believe, but they hit multiple times, and each of their hits can land all kinds of fucking terrible status effects, so that's got a backstabber item in it that, you know, casts Confuse or whatever on the enemy. Slightly less aggravating group of enemies, I'll agree. Once I get some top-tier armor on, look, he got envenomed, he fell asleep, he's silenced, and he shrank, and he's paralyzed and confused. Yeah, wow, Leon didn't even... Oh, that was the Abyss Worm that hit him. Okay. How many times can you fucking inflict all that shit on the boy? Jesus, look, he did little back steps to leave. That's adorable. Luckily, all of that was temporary statuses, apparently. Cool, cool, cool. Oh yeah, I forgot you have a cure spell too, don't you? I was so busy focused on leveling up your Oni-chan's cure spell that I forgot about you. Okay, and then just to top Gus off, my man Leon, the yellow dart. Another inconspicuous movement. Okay, let's go in here. least I think they're guarded by a super boss. So we got the Aegis Shield, which is real fucking good. The Aegis Shield combined with the Dragon Armor gives you resistance to all magic types, I believe, which is basically what the ribbon does in this game. So having both of these on one character is like them wearing a ribbon, so he should be fairly resistant to most status effects now. An extra set of Dragon Armor for my boy in the bottom row. Take that fucking diamond armor off, boys. Shit's shameful. I will, however, give you a diamond shield. Okay, and then in this chest, we'll never know. Hey guys. Of course, ambushed. Let's begin the 25 minutes of AoEs and turn into stone. My god, you crowd are hateful. Let's run the fuck away. Like professionals. Okay. Yeah, if you don't get Furion's agility high enough to... Well, I always say that, but I'm pretty sure running away is just each individual character's agility. But if Furion's agility was higher, we probably wouldn't be getting fucking ambushed all the damn time. Does he still have a Thief Gauntlet equipped? He does. Thieves. Okay. Throw a little bit. We need to... I want to osmose some MP out of enemies, but all the enemies here are so fucking annoying to leave alive that long. The Holy Lance. Please tell me it's more powerful than the Rune Axe. I need this in my life right now. I need a holy stab boy. And it's not... Do you think more enemies are hurt by it, though? I don't know, man. We'll just keep on hatcheting for now. Alright, we got the latest shipment of good shit. Oh, here's the item that's guarded. Yoichi's bow. I don't know who Yoichi is, but he had a damn fine bow. Alright, kill that. Blow that up. You kill that. And you hurt everything with Bolt 16. Okay, he just uses a shitty freeze move we don't care about. He hits, but luckily he didn't put a bunch of fucking debuffs on him. MP absorbed. God damn it. Alright, just gives me an excuse to use either an elixir on her, but the plan was to get down to one of those ice lizards and osmose him. But of course, the Mega Parasite had different plans. Alright, you attack that. Yeah, she's holding one, but what would be the point to give her MP so that she could suck out MP? All she could do is punch. She's going to gain fist skill. She's going to fly Knuckle Airlines. Fist class, of course. But no, you can't run away. You've MP'd. I need to steal. God damn it. Cheated. Yeah, you ought to gain MP from having it sucked out of you. Alright, I'm going to use just an either on her as an excuse to try to osmose some later. Even when you've got an inventory full of elixirs. The only time elixirs aren't too valuable and too good to use is when you use the W item materia trick at Final Fantasy VII. Alright, there's some kind of dragon hiding inside this box. It's a blue dragon. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. No, I was wrong. It's the red dragon. The blue dragon must have been in a different box that I didn't care about enough to open. Okay, Hermes shoes yourself. You berserk everybody. You blink everybody. I forgot to put Leon back in the front row, didn't I? Is he in the back row? Yeah, because Gus is in the front row. Okay. I got it. I couldn't see whether I targeted everyone because of emulation shenanigans. This authentic Famicom that I'm playing the game on is starting to show its age. And now we know that the Death Idol, unfortunately, won't let him do anything. You're probably weak to Blizzard, so a level 1 Blizzard would be quite humbling. Okay, that boy's fast. That boy's slapped. Everyone gets berserked. Yeah. Son, even a level 1 blizzard from that boy did that much damage. Why did he miss? I don't understand. He's not in the back row as far as I can tell. Alright, well, regardless, Furion's going to take that out. Let's see, you do that. You suck some MP out of him. If you live long enough, cure yourself. And if you live long enough, kill yourself. Normally you'd think that was an insult, but talking to Leon, he respects the edge. Okay, Gus did his job of being targeted more than other characters because he's in the second and third party slot. Okay, I think now Furion and Maria can deeps this thing down. I do want you to gain a little bit of haste levels. Get your flare charge, but he'll obviously take more damage from a somewhat higher level blizzard. Well, not higher than our flare level, but you know what I meant. I guess just keep throwing blizzards out, why not? Furion got slapped. Damn, that was a 12 hit crit, huh? Ah, we got her. When have I ever been overly confident in a battle in Final Fantasy II and lost because of it? You're like, I don't know, I can't count that high. I'm like, well, you got me, but on the other hand, it's kind of insulting to yourself when you think about it, because it's probably only happened like less than 5 times. So both of us look like idiots. The best kind of conversation you can have is where both parties look equally stupid. Alright, I am going to play it slightly safe and have Paladin Boy, hot stuff there, cure himself. I wonder if we can get Gus back up. So far, he seems to just be doing single target attacks, mainly against Furion. Well, Furion's in the front row, obviously, but... Okay, there it is. I wonder when some of that fat AoE was going to get slung around. Can either of those two, the Leonhardt siblings, land the... Oh, he did it! He's like, I've brought you back to life so that you might suffer with the rest of us. Making me the victor. Thunder Spear. See how much Bolt 16 does as opposed to his level 1 Blizzard spell. Alright, you can't burn Gus up with fucking weak shit like that, boys. I wonder if it's going to play this music during the final boss fight, or if there's going to be another piece of battle music. Could the Famicom hold such a thing? Yeah, he still does less damage, or around the same damage, I should say, as he does with his level 1 other shit. Well, Gus isn't berserked anymore, so let's just throw holy hell at him. There you go, boys. That's how it's done. Damn. So red and blue dragons, which, spoilers, will become normal enemies a little bit later on in this dungeon, can drop the best... Well, second maybe only to the Aegis shield, but one of the best shields in the game, the Dragon Shield. I like to think Saga Frontier makes a nod to that, because its best shield is the Dragon Shield. But it has a unique thing in that it's... I believe the ancient text declared the Dragon Shield to be the only piece of equipment in this game that you can't find or buy anywhere. You can only get it as a drop from those dragons. Dropping for dragons. Dealing with dragons. It's the book series I'm referencing that I only read like 2 of. Okay, Yoichi's bow has got you in the know. It's the best bow in the game because, I mean, fucking look at Maria's attack power now. And if you use it as an item, it casts Berserk 3 on the whole party for free. So, what a steal. I'm just going to leave it on her. I'm not worried about her landing multiple Berserk charges now. Because, I mean, Yeah, something about that makes sense. Just don't think about it. Alright, we can finally head down to the next level. Okay, this is a somewhat normal battle compared to what we've been fucking dealing with at the very least. You get you a little bit of haste. You get you just a hint of flare. Maybe level up your bow skill a little bit more now that you've got a real good bow. But in all seriousness, make sure that Vampire Leg is all burned up. You're gonna suck magic out of that thing. And you are also gonna do that. Preemptive Strike, you love to see it. Dead. Okay, this thing shouldn't be too big a threat, so I think you could just keep Osmos in him even if he doesn't have MP. I think that's the way the spell works, because you can cast Osmos on like a level 1 Goblin and still get MP back, even though I'm fairly certain they don't have any. Let's see if my theory is true. No, why is it every time I start sucking MP out of you, crowd, you gotta run away? Unprofessional. Gus accidentally leveled Osmos once again as a joke, making him the victor. I need to make a post, or not a post, a pinned comment on the first episode of this playthrough telling you that watching Office Space and Kung Pao enter the fist could prove very useful. Alright, cool. We're on this floor. We're almost to actual pandemonium. Hey, little feller. Ain't you just a scamp? I was going to say we could try to outrace him, because he's going to suck HP and MP out of us. So let's see if we can suck harder. Especially if we have Leon start casting his drain magic. Nobody sucks harder than the Dark Knight. Just ask any Marvel fanboy. Is Gus going to be able to cast with 0 MP and get some MP back? Because that would be beautiful. He did! I kind of love the whole, as long as you input the command, it's fucking happening, boys. As long as you've dedicated yourself. I would be remiss if I didn't get at least a little bit of cheeky magic casting in. Gotta put Leon back in the front row. Huh, Gus didn't get an MP up. That's crazy. Even though his M power went up. That's a high potion. So high potion, you can stay in that box because I got more important shit to do. Goodbye. Realized Furion was just a little put upon HP wise. Now this box, on the other hand, boom, has a protect ring, which is a piece of hand gear that gives you really good defense and magic defense. So I'm thinking of putting it on her. Although, the way Gus has been getting the dog shit kicked out of him, he'll lose some attack power, but he'll gain survivability. The power. I can feel it flowing through me. He always goes last anyway, pretty much, so who gives a shit? Just give him power. Instead of thief gloves. Of course, he was wearing a diamond armor, which might have given him a lot more survivability. Because remember, we got to keep him alive long enough. Yeah, I was going to say, we got to keep him alive long enough that he can do that shit. I want Furion's agility as high as possible at all times, so he's keeping them thief gloves on. That's another high potion, but it's on the way. There's a lot of y'all in this fight, huh? Oh, Lord. Are we even going to have MP by the end of this? Okay, it didn't take that long. Running away, run away, run away and save your MP. I can't pick up a high potion. I have too many items. Gus needed either to put him right at 69 MP. He's finally gained true power. Why high potions here in the final dungeon? Is it some kind of metaphor? Cryptic metaphor. The Gus on my head hungers for his blood. Okay. Hey, a green dragon. Remember those were like a boss enemy? That's cute. Wow. Good job slapping Gus. His 69 MP keeps him strong, though. You don't realize that. Okay, his Hermes shoes got burned up the last time we used them. But he can haste himself, I guess. No need to use the bow version of Berserk when she can just cast a better version. I just figured why not protect ourselves just this once. In fact, even though it won't really help, just cast Aura on yourself for fun. Lord help me, Gus. Oh, well, I guess at level 1, when he's got a shield and shit equipped, he's not always going to land that on himself, now that I think about it. It's alright. Our haste problems will be solved eventually. Don't you worry. Blink, 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 blink. Okay, good. Right, you try to keep Gus alive. You shoot magic. You suck some MP out of that fucking thing. And, why not you suck some MP out of that fucking thing? I was worried the dragon was going to go before Firion, but we got lucky. We're deeps racing him. Booyah. Alright, we're going to hope once again that Firion gets to Gus before the dragon does. You can just go ahead and flare him. Why not? Gus, get your own HP up. And I guess you should start hacking away at that fucking thing. Damn, we got a low roll on our fucking cure, unfortunately. Yeah, this is one of the drawbacks to a monk, is that you don't have a shield equipped, so you're getting hit with a lot more stuff. Alright, we're just going to have to go board him. Gus is used to sleeping out the second half of some of these fights. Once again, I want to get him a little haste charge. Attack. Oh, why not shoot him with Yoichi's bow for fun? And he's dead. Agility and bow skill. It's a good thing. Honestly, Furion's Cure is the most important one to level. Because if he's the character that tends to go first, he needs the biggest ability to restore everybody's HP. And to benefit y'all, it just means less times I have to click here on this screen. Don't mind why I pause on this screen where the bottom of the screen is black. It doesn't mean anything. Have I mentioned recently that I'm just trying to entertain y'all? And hopefully give you an appreciation for old school Final Fantasy. I don't know if I'm doing the best job of that, but at least you're being exposed to it in some way. That'll be the big Tenfey controversy. All the big YouTubers, you know, they got to have them controversies they go through where they get accused of something, and because they're accused of it, it means they're immediately guilty, and everybody should hate and shun them. Well, the Tenfey equivalent, they'll be like, when they're doing the big documentary on Tenfey in the future, they're like, then it came to light that he was intentionally subjecting his viewers to old school Final Fantasy. Everybody gasps, starts vomiting and shitting. Oh, in case you're wondering why Furion's tripping balls. We've been warped to the final dungeon. The Castle of Hell, Pandemonium. That, you know, Leon was the one that said that. It was written on a plaque on the wall right there, and Leon read it out loud. It's like, finally, my home. This place is a bit labyrinthine and confusing, but there's some good shit hidden in it that we're going to get. There's also a lot of tough, ornery enemies, we'll say. So, there's also these fucking things. Mantis Devil. Alright. I actually want to keep one of them alive to see if we can suck some fucking MP out of it. In case you're wondering why I targeted it the way I did. I like that Holy and Flare are basically the same animation, but like colored differently. Kind of like Berserk and Haste. Alright, Osmos. 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 And of course, Osmos. Another paralyzer. Get your haste in. Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Get your haste charge here. Hell yeah! Yoichi's bow. I should probably just be meleeing with Maria. That's her. It's not technically a melee, I just realized. But that's her action figure variant. Melee Maria. That was back when she had the diamond mace and the shield. Or the werebuster. On the packaging, she comes with the werebuster and the shield. But in the packaging, she's actually got a bow equipped in her hands. And so they had to put a sticker on it that says, not actually melee. Alright, well, we got a little bit of MP. Since you absorb MP like a sprint... Of course, I've already stated that I want Furian's Cure Spell to get to higher levels. See if you can get your Cure Spell multiplier even higher. What was that? You all play the original Fable. That was one of my failed TMVAs. I think I did like 3 episodes before I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. Okay. Now these are the Death Riders. So the group, damn, look how much better we can take a hit though. So at the beginning of the game, we fought 4 of these fucking things as our, like, you know, starting, you know, 20, 30 HP characters. So it's a good chance to see how much you've grown when you get here and you just start beating the dog shit out of them. Very satisfying. There's no reason why she shouldn't still work on getting her stuff leveled up. We need Furian's Osmos leveled up, honestly. Critical. Please don't hit Gus or Leon. Why? You piece of shit. Why? Alright. Alright, we're gonna concentrate. I want everyone to survive this fight, even though it's not against 4 of them. This is our, like... This is like at the end of Final Fantasy VII, when Cloud has that metaphorical battle in his mind against Sephiroth to show that he's overcome that aspect of the weak aspect of himself that like admired and emulated him. To an extent, not as much as Zack Fair, obviously, but still. You're like, no, that's not true, because Sephiroth comes back 100 fucking times later, and he and Cloud are like secret fuck buddies. I'm pretty sure that's Final Fantasy VII. Like, no. Final Fantasy VII was one PlayStation game, and that's it. Boys, the Death Riders are doing a damn good job. I mean, it's my fault. I divided my attacks stupidly. It's a strategic failure on my part is the reason we're once again being killed by these Death Riders. but we can definitely take hits a little bit easier this time. Okay, let's see if we can keep my plan of having everybody alive at the end of this fight going. I wish Maria's cure spell or life spell was more accurate as well. Okay, I have to admit to myself that we just need to beat the enemy so that we don't die and game over. And next time I'll do a better job. Fights like this, you have to like buff yourself if you want a better chance of the whole party surviving. The problem is modern Final Fantasies have taught you that buff spells are just sometimes used for boss fights and that's it. Everything else you just mash X. Or mash circle if you're playing in the original. No, they switched that, didn't they? The whole Japanese X and circle thing on the PlayStation controller. Well, thanks for the Thunder... Is that another Thunder Lance? Neat. Alright, yeah, let's level Maria's life spell up a little bit while we can. $69, dude. So how y'all been doing? I hope the playthrough's been good for you. If you've held out this long, then hopefully it's at least given you something. Some kind of newfound appreciation for old school Final Fantasy. Alright. We got this by the ass. Now I'm just going to use an elixir on Furion. Boom. It's weird having a second Thunder. I mean, somebody could hold it if I wanted another way to do a cheap free AoE attack. I really wish I could remember to use that damn Saint Spirit, and so we could see proper Holy Hands Gus laying waste to the blasphemous. Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. What's that behind you over there? I forgot to do this and this. And there we go. Once again, pay no attention to the solid black screen. Okay, so we know we're getting in a fight with 4 of those fucking things. No, we didn't. Okay, so... Loading the state loaded the same encounter, but the number of enemies in the encounter can vary. That's interesting to learn at the very end of the game. Oh no, we're in a pre-elixir Furion world. I just realized. Not that that's a huge deal, but I can't really afford to. I wonder how many. The blood sword would be nice because Furion could fucking heal himself as he's dealing damage. Alright, you go ahead and berserk everybody. You go ahead and blink everybody. And you just help deep things down. Yeah, they've got enough HP that the blood sword is worth it. God damn it. We got to get him to the point where he could survive one fucking hit. Well, it was a crit, so I guess there's only so much you could do. Poor Leon. He did spend the whole game like working with the Empire and being a huge shitheel, so maybe he doesn't deserve quite as much sympathy as we might think. And we're going to keep leveling. Oh, I forgot he can't min-max. So that's doing 80 damage a hit, basically. Gus took 2 fucking hits and died, as always. Fun, fun, fun. Can those bottom 2 characters even survive an encounter of these fucking Death Knights? We need haste. Like, a decent haste we could use every fight. And I would have leveled haste throughout the playthrough, but of course, Sakaguchi was like, no, he hated how useful haste was in Final Fantasy 1. So he intentionally made it where if you don't get it as a random drop, you can't get it till the end of the fucking game. Furion, sweetheart, you need to get more hits than that. The main justification I had for using the Blood Sword was, oh, as they're hitting Furion, he'll be getting his HP back. But he decided to dodge every fucking attack on Earth and then do shit damage. Not that I'm mad. As always, heaven fucking forbid. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. You're like, you did? I'm like, well, you know, for different reasons. Alright, keep trying to level your haste magic. At least a couple of uses. We also really should get his Osmos up at least, like level 2, like Gus's. If we're going to be relying on it as our main MP source. And now, apply the Blood Sword liberally. Beautiful. $369's worth of damage. Now, unfortunately, the Berserk buff that Maria put on him doesn't persist. It's kind of like the weapon buffs in Dark Souls. When you change weapons, it loses the buff. I figured if I compared the game to Dark Souls, it'd get you kids back on board. While I've been shitting the bed over and over. Okay. Neat. Now we can use that elixir on Furion. Boosh. I wanted to point out that the level of haste Furion currently has, but my upstairs neighbors decided to once again practice their hydromancy and water bending, so we're dealing with residual pipe noise. Okay, fun times. Trudging through Pandemonium. All those archways, by the way, you can't actually walk through them. They're just there to spite you. A bunch of fucking Lamias. That's good. Because the Lamia Queen can drop ribbons, which we need. Let me guess, I forgot to put that crowd in the front row as always. That's fine. They can contribute in their own unique ways. Just help me take down the... Yeah, we'll run away. Help me take down the Lamia Queen first. In fact, you can go ahead and blink the party. Yeah, why not? Death Idol. Oh, okay. That casts fear on the enemy. And it landed on all of them, too. That's the confusing part. Okay, well, let's use this as an excuse to suck up some MP out of these snake women. It's a good thing, as always. And you can just Thunder Idol them. Or Thunder Snap. Thunder Spear! I knew I'd figure out the word eventually. Oh no, they're easy to dodge. They tried to charm. They charmed Leon, of course. A little bit of damage to everybody. Alright, you attack that one. You flare that one. And you... Hold on, back the fuck up. We need I couldn't remember if we got him as like free haste points or not. And we just had to hope that Leon doesn't manage to fucking kill anybody. What a plan. I didn't quite remember how much HP these things have. Well, luckily Furion's very dodgy. Are we looking at a agility at the end of this fight? Master Furion. I think because Leon's in the back row. Oh, did I not? I forgot to have Gus cast Holy, I guess? How embarrassing. Okay, I think because she hit that one flare, you do that. You do that. And you can do that. Dead. Also dead. He's so ornery back there swinging that axe. I like to think he's like swinging the axe at Maria with just a crazed look on his face, and Gus is just holding him by like 2 fingers by the back collar of his shirt. It's a fun little visual image. Damn. They just dropped a shitload of money. I wish we had the coin toss ability right about now. Nope. Furion's cure only. We're getting that. We're taking that shit to the moon. Oh, everyone's at full HP. Once again, even when I think we had a tough battle, I'm like, oh wait, we're completely unscathed. Well, hey buddy, you look real fun. Myth Golem Ambush. Okay. Honestly, we might have a better chance of survivability with just Furion in the front row. He's usually real good at like dodging shit like this. Gonna keep grinding that haste spell. Honestly, there really isn't a point, Ben, because you know what's coming up, and you know that grinding that haste spell might not necessarily be your priority. Flare. Berserk. Holy. Osmos. Where's that? Can't target one ability. Okay, there we go. See if you can hit him with the Death Idol. Thanks for the MP, idiot. I want to see how much damage we do berserk against this thing. And we're easy to dodge. He can really hustle for sports. Duress. Okay. Drain spell. Hell yeah. You love to see Gus's white mage nature in battle, other than just casting Holy. You're like, what the hell did Gus just do? It's like, he cast Cure Magic. It's like, Cure Magic? Is that like how they say holy hell in a different language? I don't understand. I'm trying to... Nah, they don't have any kind of weakness to just throw flares and holies at them. And of course, Drain. Yes, sir. It's a myth that that golem ever truly existed. I fucking murdered him, Savannah. In fact, what is Leon's bow skill at? Does he have bow skill? He's got 4. I was gonna say, we could put Yoichi's bow on him and leave him in the back row. God bless his heart. Alright, let's see how things go once we decide to get real and get back in the front row, back in the saddle, back to riding reverse cowgirl. I guess we are in hell, so if we killed him as sin in there, he's just back. He's like, this is my twin brother. He also hates you. I wonder just how much. Do we really want to fight these two things? Let's just run away. That's the smart thing. Myth Golem Jean is not my lover. As I moonwalk away. As if an Xbox 360 had been recently presented to me. It's weird, that room we just walked through, because remember, I'm looking, the ancient text, quote unquote, I'm looking at, which is actually younger than the game we're playing when you think about it, because it's from the PlayStation version. In that version, there was an ether in that last room. In that big empty room we walked through. Or no, am I in the ether room right now? Oh, I'm an idiot. This is the ether room. Quarrels and Lamias. Jesus. Okay, we need to take some precautions. And by that I mean we need to kill this crowd. They're both really dangerous. I'm going to go after Lamia first, though, because she's more aggravating. Alright, you are going to berserker the whole party. Love has never been quite so truck level. You're going to punch that one, and you... No, wait. You're not. You're going to blink. And you're going to use the death idol. Everyone's berserk, and that's a good thing. Not effective. Lamia Queen is real scared. Lamia's not. And other Lamia is real scared. Everyone's easy to dodge. Okay, good. Do we want Shell? I would have cast it the first turn. Let Lieutenant Maress sleep in for once. God bless her heart. I think I put her through enough mental torment. I can't... Furion hit that Lamia Queen once, right? So she should be close to dead. Yeah. Please don't charm Leon. Oh, Lord. We need to get that boy a ribbon. If a ribbon drops this fight, I'd be so tempted. Well, we don't have to worry about it because he's dead now. Thank God. The Quarrel saw we were like worried about Leon attacking us. And so, to protect us, he just murdered him for us. What a champ. Goodbye. Gus is sleeping and dreaming about how much MP he currently has right now. But we'll get through it. He got punch sleeped again. Alright, you're going to bring Leon back to life. And you're going to finish off that snake woman. And you're going to start helping to finish off that snake woman. Alright, they're real blinky. Everybody's casting spells. Okay, we're good. Let's think. Even with their blinkiness, I think we can penetrate their evasion. Yeah. Alright. Hopefully this should kill them, which means Leon, well, he's confused, but that's not a permanent status effect, so hopefully he gets HP. There we go. Another protect glove or armlet or whatever is really good. Because remember, we gave the first one, the free one we found to Gus, so now Leon might have a chance to survive a fight from time to time. It might not have as much physical defense as the Diamond Gauntlet, but it has more magic defense, so that's a good thing as well. Don't forget, you can have your ass beat both magically and physically in the final dungeon. That's just how things go down here. Oh god, I tried to cast haste outside of battle. The game got so mad. Alright, just one more on the boy, the lad down here. And bada bing, bada boom. Now, there is an ether in here. Let's grab it just because I forgot about it. Oh, no. What is all this junk in my inventory, man? Where does all this shit come from, man? Well, we don't need this anymore. We got a better version of it. Goodbye. It was either an either or either. It ain't. I think we could all agree on that. Okay. Gus is thirsty for either, son. They're like Capri Suns to him. He just shotguns them. These fucking things. Even in the final dungeon, don't forget to be grinding your shit up. I would love to get haste to just level 2, if nothing else, so I am going to use it one more time. All right, you do that. You do that. You do that. And you do that. Good. Between Leon and Fury, and especially with Berserk, they should be able to kill that one quarrel before the next turn. Gus will get us real blinky. And times will be good. A good time will be had by all. That's how you handle quarrels. And I got a little bit hastier. As always, it's a good thing. A single Death Rider, flanked by 2 Manuses. I wonder if this is even fleeable. Alright, see if you can land... I was gonna say if he could haste himself. I don't think we need magic protection, so I'm not gonna wake Marissa up. They're the most dangerous target out of this group, so definitely focus on them. There we go. Slapping Gus around makes you feel like a big man, doesn't it? Huh? Or a big mantis in this case. I can't remember if those other color mantises there have a particular elemental weakness or not. Let's see. If I could find them in the ancient text while this turn plays out. Mantis. Basilisk, roundworms, yellow souls. Killer Mantis, Mantis King, Mantis Devil. Okay, they don't really have a weakness. I can't tell. The little blue box has a red square around it, whatever the hell that means, as far as the ancient texts are concerned. Alright, the 2 of you should finish him off. So let's throw each of you on a Manus, see how that plays out. Straight up fired, my boy. Hell yeah. Even with a fat crit, it weren't quite enough to take him down. Alright. As always, it's a good chance to suck up some fine MP. Oh, damn it, I meant to have Leon attack the other one. Not that it matters, but... for battle flow. God damn, every time I want Gus to absorb MP, the enemy has to have some fucking horse shit like paralyze, or sleep, or amnesia. It's almost like the final dungeon is intentionally designed to torment you. Who would have imagined? I need to throw a unicorn horn back on this guy. Alright, kill that. Gus is not going to get another fucking turn in this fight, I guarantee. Beautiful. As tedious as this is, it's still less tedious than original Final Fantasy 1. Where after you've swallowed your 99 cure potions that you're allowed to carry in the final dungeon, you just got to spend fights having everybody use a heal item. That's a lot of you. I want another ribbon though, so we ought to fight them a little bit. I completely forgot to give Firion the damn unicorn horn. This will be in the fucking battle for him to have it too. Whatever. Even if he landed the haste on himself, he would only be gaining 1 extra or 2 extra attacks if he actually got both stacks of it. We'll do it for the laws. Berserk everybody. Blink everybody. And I don't know how it benefits us, but I like using the death idol just because it's Leon. Just because it fits his character so well. Damn, he couldn't even land a level 2. Yeah, I understand why magic penalty is in the game. It's so, you know, your casters can't just put on full plate and a broadsword and a shield and go into battle slinging spells. Like, since the game itself doesn't restrict anyone's equipment because there's no job classes, then I guess that's the way they represent it, is by penalizing you so bad. But it's just aggravating. The game doesn't just hand me a free win, which means it's bad design. Alright, let's kill you. You start weakening her. Luckily, the 2 in the back can't physically attack right now. The 2 in the back couldn't physically attack, and it turned into a Lamia Blitz. There we go. 1, 1, 2, 3. Nothing happened, indeed. Okay, that's going to hit Leon. It always does until we can get him some kind of fucking protection from that status. We're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, you're going to finish that off. You can do that. Gus is having the audacity to try to cast Osmos, so I'm expecting him to get hit with all kinds of terrible status effects. They'll make up new status effects. He'll get hit with Dysentery 16. One of y'all that likes to play Oregon Trail, make you an Oregon Trail party and name your 4 caravan members, Firion, Maria, Gus, and Leon, and see if you can get to Oregon without Gus shitting his pants at least once. I'd be impressed. All right, you're going to finish her off, and then the 2 of you are going to take care of that lady. He spent the whole fight fighting for you, and you had to slap him right at the end. That's the most hurtful part. Hell yeah. Thank God a ribbon drop. We're going to put it on Leon for now because he's having the hardest time not getting fucked up. So he has protections from all 8 elements now. Lightning, ice, fire, poison, mind, body. I don't remember what they all are. Gravity, earth, I don't know. So he shouldn't be getting confused every fucking Lamia fight now. There's 1 ribbon in a box we're going to get on the way, but if we want any more, we've got to get them off of Lamia Queens. Alright, is everybody at full HP? They are. Neat! Is everybody in the front row? Did anyone die? Okay, good. So in the meantime, look at all this shit. Look at all this garbage that I must have, that I lust after. Garbage lust. Okay, we've made it to the next floor, the next level. What's the fastest path to the exit? So I ain't got to fucking give a shit. Up and over. Up and at them. There's a chest with some eye drops in it. So we've come up against a new variant of the Cotton Heel Demon. I'm gonna hope like hell we can just run away. No. Oh, God. Well, at least it was a preemptive strike, so we just wasted our free turn, but we didn't lose everything. Okay, let's see. Those are probably weak to fire, I'm going to imagine. So you attack that. You get your usual points, but then actually cast your fire spell on that. Gus, make us blinky just in case. And just for fun, as always, you can use the death. I'm just going to do that until it breaks. Hell yeah! I love an enemy that Furion can one-shot. Envenomed and confused. How nice. Okay, he did Thunder 10. Not effective, not effective, not effective. Fun. As always. We're having the maximum fun you can have. You blinked everyone after you got slapped and it confused you. That's about right. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. And you're going to finish those plants off with Bolt 16. Wow, my plan actually might work if Maria's fire spell kills that thing, son. It'll be a classic plan that came together, which I love. Cool, cool, cool. And the gang, gang, gang. Slowly but surely, making our way. Making your way through pandemonium today takes everything out. Oh, good. Free ribbon. We're like on the genocide route of Undertale when you see that little monster kid standing there. And you're like, oh yeah, free experience. You do that and you do that. Leon doing more damage than fucking Varian. You'd love to see it. Alright, now to do the unthinkable. I'm going to try to just absorb MP for a turn. So watch as Gus is reduced to a quivering mass before he has a chance to cast Osmos. You know it's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, you can joke about it, but it still happens. God bless his heart. He's just a sleepy feller. All right, Snake Lady. Wow, you look... no, I won't do it. I will not do it. I'm so fucking tired of you cheating me out of my Gus getting a little bit of MP back. So we're going to make sure it happens. I don't even know what spells I've taught any of these fucking characters. Yep. I didn't think that would land. I just wanted Gus to get some fucking MP. Is there any way on earth to make that Lamia not hit Gus and put him to sleep? I don't know. I honestly don't. It's a fucking mystery. You don't know Blind by chance, do you? I still don't remember what she's even holding. Oh yeah, she's got a unicorn horn. I guess just keep leveling your magic, lady. This magic snake lady. Alright, let's see what happens this time. Okay, we have to give up. That character was designed specifically to melee Gus so that he couldn't absorb MP, so we just had to accept it. The sad thing is we could put Blink on Gus so he could dodge it, but Gus is the one with the high level Blink spell, and he would never get a fucking turn to even be able to do it. As always, not that I'm bitter. Oh yeah, U-Pack is exactly what I want to fucking fight right now. I just realized those Death Riders probably can't be run from, since, you know, they're a scripted, hey, kids, enjoy getting the shit beat out of you fight that JRPGs love to have. Alright, let's see how this one plays out. You still carrying that Death Idol around that doesn't do anything? I love it. Okay, I thought his spell was going to hit everyone's. Why I accelerated for a second. This is what I was thinking of. And finally, yeah, I guess that's the downside of having your slowest character be the one that raises evasion, is that everyone's going to have the shit kicked out of him before he gets a turn, unfortunately. Just take that fucking thing down, I guess. Gus should have been healed. That's my mistake, but I'll accept it. Yeah, he's gone. Well, I mean, Jesus. He'd have been fucking super healed to live through that. His Furion going to start getting hit someday, so he'll eventually need that. Just cast Berserk on Furion so it lands more and he gets more attack power. That's what we should have done as well. So this fight could have been super easy if during the preemptive strike my dumbass hadn't tried to run away. I could have had all these buffs put up. The team would have still been alive. That's how these things play out sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be bad at the game. Sometimes you got to throw yourself a pity party right here in the final dungeon. Okay. Let's see if this works. I mean, I cured him, but if he gets hit one time, he's going to die. So, there's that. As long as he keeps targeting Furion and missing, son, there's a chance. I have a pretty strong idea this turn, though. He's just going to hit Gus and kill him. But, okay, good. Furion got a Gus saver crit, we'll call it. I don't even know if that was a crit. It's just a big fucking hit. Hell yeah. Another rib. Oh, the Death Riders can drop ribbons. Well, that's a super good thing. I keep forgetting to even use his damn unicorn horns. Of course, they're more useful than this gear that I'm never going to put on again when you think about it. So, yeah. Beautiful. Well, now we can put a ribbon on Gus. If you love Gus so much, put a fucking ribbon on him. So that means 3 of our characters have basically all the good defenses. If we can get a ribbon from Maria, we'll be set, but she's usually not as quite much danger since she's in the back row. As represented by her smaller MP pool. Or HP pool, excuse me. Although she has surpassed Furion in max MP again. I'm sure she's humble bragging about it on fucking Facebook. She's like, oh well. Beautiful. Let's continue on our ass kick adventure. I'll let you determine whether it's us or the monsters getting their ass kicked. Alright, this floor divides up into a bunch of different subfloors through like a maze room, and that's where we're going to get more of the good shit that's due to us. Alright, these little fellers aren't a super threat, so that's good. You attack that one. You help make sure he finishes it off. You get some MP out of that one, and then you attack that one. Okay, good. He just cast a spell, which means he basically does nothing. Okay, good. Leon's shield level went up. That's definitely good. So he can start trying to block more hits now. What was his shield level at? 4. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, this fucking room. Even with this ancient text guide here, it doesn't tell you where all, like, the secret... Like, whoever did the graphic design for these little maps, you couldn't put, like, a little arrow that shows where the, like, secret walkthrough walls are? I know you describe it in the body of the text, but I can't sit here and read that. That's too many fucking quarrels to be expected to deal with, by the way. Goodbye. Okay. So, this leads up to here. It's a very confusing room with the way it's laid out. Up here, you go around through here, and then we pop up through this side. Oh, Lord, and might I add, oh, Jesus, let me move this damn keyboard. Alright, ancient text, guide me. The problem is we're near the end of the ancient text, which means the bulk of the weight of it is all on the left side from where the pages have been turned, so it's constantly trying to drag it over. I feel like these are problems specific to me. Which treasure is this one? Oh, I know what that is. Oh, hey guys, you still follow me around, huh? Couldn't take a hint. No. My mistake. So many useless items. Boom. Genji gloves! Not a monster. Spoilers, by the way, the quote-unquote boss guarding this. Remember Borgin? The guy that was kind of working with the Empire, and at the snow cave, we fought him right before that boulder rolled over Joseph. He basically came back as a zombie for some reason. How humorous. Let's obliterate him from existence like he deserves. We don't want to cast Osmos on him because he's undead, but we do want to get a quick sneaky charge of it. Good Lord. I just thought about how safe Maria is. I didn't realize he was going to spitefully do everything he can to eliminate her. Alright. Well, this would be a good chance for her max HP to go up when you think about it. Since she's been hanging out in the back row these days, she don't get as many HP ups. And somehow we survived. Beautiful. So after we heal up, so the set of gear I was alluding to earlier that recurs in Final Fantasy is the Genji gear, which I assume is a reference to some Japanese thing like the Masamune and Murasame and all that shit is. So there you go. We're going to put those on Leon. Boom. Look at that fucking defense. Which means that extra protect ring he was carrying can go on her. And give her some much needed magic defense there in the back row. Alright, cool. There's that. Now we need to make our way to the right. Well, hey. Devil Wolf. I see. That's like the cool nickname that Wolf O'Donnell of Star Wolf fame tried to get spread around his high school. Like, you know, Pigma Dengar would be running up to him in the hall and be like, "Hey, Wolfie!" And he's like, "I told you not to call me that. I'm Devil Wolf now." If you excuse me, me and Fox are going to go make out in the bathroom now. I bet they don't like holy, and I bet they don't like rune axes. Yes, sir. This would have been a good battle to absorb MP in, now that I'm thinking about it. Why did I slap the microphone? We'll never quite know the truth. Hopefully Audacity doesn't get mad and start making crackle noises. Oh. Once again, I just assumed we needed HP. Why not throw out the big heal? We can always just suck some MP. And if we can't manage that, we could always suck down an elixir. I do love the MP system as opposed to spell charges, which is why it's such a shame that Final Fantasy III brings the spell charge system back. Little fellers, eh? Clever. You're getting osmosed. You're getting attacked. You're getting osmosed. You're getting attacked. Will Gus actually be able to osmose? Is the enemy going to be powerless to paralyze, confuse, sleep him before he gets a chance? Now that he's 3001, A Space Odyssey. Why not get... Even though it's about to become completely useless, let's give Firion a sneaky little haste upgrade. I always forget about making Gus a proper punch boy. I really do want Gus to get to level 10 hands here soon, because we are struggling in some of these fights, and it would be nice if he can live long enough for him to give out some good punches. Punch drunk love. He dispelled. And then he died. He died doing what he loved, casting a bugged spell. Firion got stupid that one fight. Okay. How are your hands these days, Gus? 34, damn. Okay, if we... Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, you have to walk all the way up there, go through a secret wall, and then you get... If you have inventory. Oh, yeah, don't forget Firion needs to be holding a unicorn horn now. That'll free up the space. Oh, Lord, and oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. Trying to keep the thing going. There we go. Anyway, in this box is the Masamune. They actually treat it like a key item with that little music. Although they couldn't fit the E. At least they're excited about it. Alright, so as always, the Masamune, best sword in the game. To keep up the anyone can equip it mantra from Final Fantasy I's Masamune, since, you know, everyone can equip every piece of gear, it has either no or very slight magic penalty. So even a caster could wield it. The best part about him getting the Masamune is now you can upgrade from Rune Axe to Excalibur. Although his sword skill is... that's basically one level-ish lower. It'll grow. Remember, every enemy is weak to Excalibur, or most of them. Cool. Well, I'm glad things are going good for us, question mark? A red dragon. A perfect chance to try out my new sword. Alright, so here's the thing. If you use the Masamune as an item in battle, which we're about to do, you'll get to see something real cool. Something real neat that it does. In fact, just berserk, Firion. You blink yourself. Well, no, because Leon could stand to be blunk as well. Blink. Blank. Blunk. Alright. He doesn't really... So yeah, when you use the Masamune, it casts Haste 11 on the entire party for free. So, that's why I didn't really need to worry about the haste spell as much. It was just kind of fun. Alright. I wanted to see how much if Firion could one-shot this enemy with a Berserk Hasted Masamune. It would be very satisfying if he can. That's pretty damn good damage. I mean, it didn't one-shot him, but he failed it. She gets 2 little volleys now. That's adorable. 80 damage from 13 hits? He must be a little bit tougher than I was giving him credit for. Alright. We seriously need to invest in Gus's hands now, I'm realizing. Gus's hands futures. If only I had the ability to make up dumb stories and nonsense to entertain y'all during times like this, but sadly this is the Tenfey channel and it's all very straightforward, no nonsense video gameplay. That reminds me, you can beat video games. I'm recording this on a Saturday, so his new video will be up. I hope it's good. Oh wait, I saw it in my recommended already. It was Clash at Demon Head, I believe. That way you'll know what day I recorded this. I don't know if that's important to you, but there might be a branch of Tenfey historians that just follow minutia like that. Who am I to judge? How many times have we clicked on Gus's hands? I'm not sure, but let's just cast a holy and be done with it. Critical. Alright, that's the best thing you could have done, is cast your shitty fire spell on everyone. We're all over Blaze the Cat now. This game took place in the 80s, so you know these are OG crowd, which means they're all Sally Acorn fans anyway. The Gus looks at me very angrily. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Also, a bunny rabot. I forgot that Sat AM had 2 wifes. 4 if you want to count Nicole and Dulcie. And if you do, more power to you, but, you know, stay out of my fan fictions. My self-insert character might not want to hang out with yours. Okay, 84 punch skill. We're getting in there. Alright, well, we can officially just put Cure as his top spell, since he's not going to cast Haste anymore, now that he can just have a sword granted to everybody for free. Masamune crashed the Haste economy, son. How is a Haste spell ever going to compete? The one downside is I think it still draws from his intelligence modifier to see how many stacks of haste, of those 11 stacks of haste land. But that's okay. That's more than enough to get a few in there. Alright, can we just warp to the last floor and not have to walk through all that shit again? Let's find out. Oh, why would I want to cast a level 2 warp spell? Alright, that warped us here. Just don't cast teleport, my god. I had to walk all the way back down here. Okay, good. That brought us back to this door. So now... these fucking things. Ambushed! Okay, well, let's get through your shitty turn. Let's haste. And let's berserk. And... let's blink. And let's kill. There, we somehow got through a turn. Okay. So now we can spend a turn getting some MP back. Oh, they're just casting straight up fire. Can't even make a damn Blaze the Cat joke around them. What a waste. I'd like some more MP, please. Let's have everybody Osmos. It'll be the Osmos fun we could possibly have. That's the worst game I ever played. let's just get through this fucking turn. There we go. A respectable, modest amount of MP has been restored. I told you once we got a hold of the good shit, this place wouldn't be as big a deal. You just got to live long enough. Get a few agility and HP ups, be on your way, boys. Alright, this door leads to this room. I mean, it's the same room, it's just a different part of it. Here's our chance to be a big shot and get us another ribbon. That is, if this crowd doesn't spend 20 fucking minutes killing my entire party. You love to get ambushed by people like this. Alright, what's the best way to deal with this? If she can manage to use this unicorn horn and hit everybody with it, that would be nice. Gus is getting slapped. He's using blaster. I guess the blaster in this one paralyzes. It doesn't instant death. It looks like they can instant death with their melee attacks, though. Oh, good. Why is Basuna not effective? I don't understand. Okay, finally. Once again, woke up to justice. Now, I want to haste so that I can make sure he kills in one shot with all these enemies. But also, we know that he has a chance of just getting hit. Yeah, let's berserk the whole party. Yes. Charm, he's dead, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there we go. As long as Furion can unparalyze and start slaughtering this crowd, we're fine. Cool. You can start deepsing down the Lamia Queen then. Because the quarrels are more aggravating with their fucking paralyzer. There we go. We're back on track to one shot in this crowd. $2060. If you're watching this in 2060, then leave a comment. I will be a mummy by that point, but I appreciate that you're watching Tenfey videos. I wonder if they'll still exist after my death. How does a YouTube channel work like that? I have physical backups of all the Tenfey videos on a hard drive, but are any of y'all archiving them for the future? Storing them on reel-to-reel tapes? Hell yeah. I love it when a life spell lands. I'll let her cure her Oni-chan, because Gus can cure himself. Gus knows how to use his holy hands on himself. Well, I was going to say Leon's dead, we don't have to worry about him being charmed, but remember, he has a ribbon now, so he should be fairly resistant to it. Talk about turning a battle around, boys. You all thought it was all over with that ambush. We made it through just because our shit's so powerful. In fact, I'm confident enough that I'm going to suck some fucking MP out of this lady. You know she deserves it. And I'll even have wee little Leon cure himself during battle. God bless him. Just a little feller when it comes to white magic. Alright, you're easy to dodge. We're easy to cast magic and kill you with it, so it doesn't matter to us. I bet Furion can hit you anyway, even with all your fancy blink levels. Sleepy boy Gus, God bless his heart. Right at the end, they had to put him to sleep. He can't get through a fight without it. Osmos. Flare leveled up, that's fun. And so did his Osmos. Damn, no ribbons. Okay. He's still rocking that twist headband, which is good because it increases his attack damage. But I would much rather have a... Well, no, that's right. He doesn't need the ribbon necessarily. I always forget that the Aegis Shield and Dragon Armor combined give you the same protections. Good for them. Is everyone holding a useful item still? Yeah, I've given unicorn horns to basically all of them. Well, except you, of course. Alright, we know the death idol doesn't really help, as cool as it is, so let's give him something he can get at least some kind of use out of, such as a unicorn horn. You crowd have a lot of HP. Takes a lot of MP to keep this crowd fed. They're growing boys down there in the bottom of the party. When Gus first came up to me and was like, I want to go to White Mage Camp. And I was like, Gus, if we spend all that money and getting you robes and staves and white magic scrolls and you just give it up to go back to punching, I'm going to be frightfully upset. Hey, it's this guy. You look like the kind of asshole that has some MP in him that could be sucked out. Tell you what, for fun, let's use Yoichi's bow and get the free berserk. We're buffing up because I want to suck MP out of this guy, and it's easier if he's not punching us to death. Guess you're wondering. Alright, there we go. That turns over. Osmos. Osmos. You could start slowly flaring into death. You don't need the MP. Osmos. And I'm just going to keep casting Drain on him because I think it's funny if we could get it to like level 2 before the end of the playthrough. Even with Blink up, he got 8 hits on Gus. I'd like some more MP, please. Gus, you can just cure yourself. You keep on draining, buddy. I know you love it. Well, if he hits with that drain spell, at least he'll actually gain HP this time. Look at that, boys. He's so proud. He's like, that's right, I deal damage and regain HP. In a way, a Dark Knight is a superior red mage. When you really think about it. I'm like, I try not to, buddy. He's like, because the dark magics would twist your mind, I understand. Not everybody is mentally equipped to be a Dark Knight. Oh, god damn it. You couldn't let me fucking get that boy a couple of fucking HP so that he wouldn't die at the end of the fight. Fuck you, Sakaguchi. I'm getting his max HP up. We will put life on him, and we will cast cure on him, and we will cast cure on him, and you will suck a dick. That's the game plan, Mr. Golem-chan. Of course, level 3 life didn't hit. Okay. Okay. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's having fun. Nobody's frustrated. I'm actually not that frustrated. I just figured once again it might entertain y'all. It is annoying, though. Oh, it seems like everything's all or nothing. Oh, you hit this time when it didn't fucking matter, did you? Just kill this fucking thing and be done with it. I'm over it. Look at that. If we can get his HP high enough, then he can get his ass kicked in battles and gain more HP. You gotta have HP to make HP here in the endgame. Our cure spell is Snowball and Sun. It's a hard carry cure spell. Master Yi cure spell here. Is Master Yi still a hard carry? I haven't played League of Legends in a long fucking time. Apparently they made a TV show about it, and the quote-unquote natural organic dialogue about it on the internet keeps bringing it up. By that I mean shields and advertisers. which I guess I've technically just become, even though I've never watched it and never plan on. Stare not into the online marketing, lest it stare back into you, basically. Okay, we couldn't run away from this fight, so let's just kill everything. It's a good plan. I'm just holding A and the speed up button because this is getting a bit tedious. I've got to finish this recording session because, as usual, my friends are coming over. You're like, man, the worst part of the Tenfey playthroughs is when he wants to hang out with his real-life friends instead of just sitting in his room, sad and alone, entertaining us with video games. It's so selfish of him. You're like, no, that's not true, but I don't appreciate that you keep inventing this straw man version of me that puts you down. I'm like, well, it's not really. It's just the way my brain naturally attacks me at all times. It's just when I'm talking into a microphone, I like to anthropomorphize that part of my brain by pretending it's y'all. Hey, lady, you got another ribbon in you? Okay. Is Gus going to survive long enough to be able to blink the party? That's the question. Hell, just blink yourself if you can manage it. Hey, everybody, he's hasty. Yeah, it didn't take long to kill Gus, did it? Neat. Alright, you're going to kill that one, and between the two of you, you're going to be able to kill that one. 1997 Bizarre Cure Blaster. So I guess having all this defensive gear on doesn't protect you from Blaster. It's just that powerful, and Maria's confused now. Good times. Alright, we're going to hold the button down until I'm allowed to input a command again, so let's see how long that takes. There. Just finish that fucking thing off. Or let me guess, Quirrell used Blaster and you're dead. Okay, good. She might be confused, and Furion might be paralyzed, but at least they won't be constantly using it over and over. Because all the Quirrells are dead. Whew, God, what a fucking mess. Just kill her and get a fucking ribbon out of her. Damn, man. Ah, fucking gold hair. I've got a million of them. They're no longer valuable. Fuck you. Okay. Now to begin the process of leveling everyone. I don't know if this works on the overworld. Oh, it did. Okay. How convenient. Oh, man. God, recording this took, however long this playthrough is, plus any little extra shit I did, but editing it. If only I cared less. I could just slap my voice over it, not worry about annoying noises, or excessive background noise, or excessive cringe on my part that I sometimes have to edit out. Genji Helm, I'm not allowed to have. Alright, we need to start throwing away some stuff that we don't equip, ever. Like this diamond helmet. And now the sun sword, because I mean, when are we going to use it? The Holy Lance is fucking nice, but carrying it around is kind of pointless. These things technically could have a use, along with these fucking shields and shit. And the Defender sword, so. You, however. Fuck it. We'll throw it away eventually. Genji Helm. Uh-oh. Well, that's fucking Tiamat. Remember them from Final Fantasy 1? I guess it's a somewhat different Tiamat. Alright, Furion's just gonna kill them, so it really doesn't matter. Just buff Furion and everybody else will sit back, kick your feet up, and try to have a good time. 63 damage from Poison Cloud. Lovely. Alright, Furion should be hitting like a fucking semi-truck with all that berserk and haste on him, so we're just going to kick back and hope that that's the case. You crowd can suck up some MP in the meantime, even with your 169. Well, as much defense as that fucking boss has, that's pretty good. Videogame could use some MP too, so I think we'll dedicate a turn just for him to Osmos. Cast Drain is a joke, as always. Beautiful. Who should I give the Genji helm to? Could give it to Furion, give him a shitload of defense, since he doesn't need a ribbon equipped like the other characters do. Although I would like to put it on Leon, because it's a heavy-ass piece of armor, and he's our dedicated heavy armor wearer as the Dark Knight, as opposed to Furion's Paladin, who you'd think would also be wearing heavy gear. Honestly, I don't know if the Blood Sword would have been doing more damage to him or not, but it's just satisfying to be able to use the Masamune for that. Thunder would do slightly more damage, but it's not enough to take away from the meme of just leveling Drain. A life dome. Neat. I wonder why Tiamat can drop a life dome. That seems odd. Maria's almost up to 1,000 HP. Alright, before I forget, let's get you up here. Alright, let's see. If you were to put the Genji helmet on, it's not bad. We'll try it out. And if I start bitching and moaning too much, we'll know I need to switch it up. The only use I can think of a life book would be to cast life on like the whole party during a fight. Maybe it'll land better than trying to AoE. I don't know. The next fight, 2 characters are dead and we'll try it. Cool. Alright. Making sure everyone's in the front row and no other reason to go to this screen. And we can warp back again. Does this door lead to another treasure, I believe? Where are we? We're in this room now. So if we go... Let's see, that goes up. There's the Genji armor. Okay, good. It's a good thing. I mean, what could be in the chest at the end of this hallway? Hey, y'all. I should be able to run away from just y'all. There's no Dark Riders or anything there. Yeah. Adios. With your gangle whiskers. Now you know there's going to be a boss in here. Like a boss. I know I want Furion's cure to keep leveling, but we need to give his MP a little bit of a rest. Furion's MP pool had a hard life. It deserves a chance to rest. Alright, and who might be in here? Genji armor. Beelzebub. Okay, everyone's berserk. Let's see how our melee does right now. Berserked in haste, might I add. A little bit of fire damage. Oh, sorry, I thought it was an AoE fire spell. I was just so used to pumping the gas when I see an animation like that. Why is Gus's melee doing so little damage these days? Is something up? Gus, like, turn my hat around backwards, son. Let's rap. Tell me how things are going. You doing all right, buddy? I guess we can have him throw out some holy just in case. If we did put Gus in the back row and make him a dedicated white mage, he'd be like the tankiest fucking white mage, because look at all the HP. As far as the Genji armor is concerned, we'll probably put that on Leon. Well, I hate that he loses... Well, he's got the ribbon on, so that's right. He doesn't need the dragon armor as much. Boom. Which means we actually have an extra suit of dragon armor. I'd love to put on Maria. Like, look at her defense. Boom. But, well, she'd get a magic and evasion penalty. And her int would go down. Whatever. Every little Final Fantasy II anecdote or humorous quip these days here in the final recorded session just ends with me going, oh, whatever, son. You're like, oh, I didn't know I was watching Final Fantasy VIII. Like, I want to be mad at you, but that's such a good on-brand Final Fantasy joke that I can't. You knew just how to attack me, so that I couldn't reply. Alright, this one should take us to the next chest and the next floor, I believe. Yeah, we just go kind of up and around and around. Of course, this place couldn't have been built with straight hallways. It's got to have all these little side hallways you got to go through. Big pack of fucks saying hey to me. I am gonna just have to flee. Goodbye. A fire gigas and some bombs. Well, I'll be damned. You crowd are a sight for sore eyes, I gotta say. You're just aggravating enough that I'm gonna... I was gonna say I was gonna berserk up the party, but I'm not. Because, once again, Gus doesn't seem to punch like he used to. Of course, it could just be that that enemy that we fought, the Beelzebub or whatever, just had like a shitload of defense, and Gus just wasn't lucky enough to penetrate it with that one attack. But it's just, that's not the first time I've seen Gus get that many hits and do like less than 100 damage. It's worrying. It's like how whenever I see Gus try to walk up the stairs, he's real slow and gingerly. He walks up there. I'm like, I think old Gus's hips are about to give out, son. Papa, where's Gus? Son, we took Gus up to a nice farm where he could frolic and play with all the other monk white mages. Will he ever come back? No. Deal with it. Here, we got you a new, quote-unquote, Gus. And the kid turns around and Leon the Dark Knight standing there. They're like, oh, gee whiz. Never mind. I'd rather have nothing. Where's my garlic hands? Or my garlic Gordon action figure, I mean. Is it this little door we want to go through? Let's see, you lead down into there, through there. Okay, yeah. Well, we could have seen that if we took one more step. Alright, I know what's in this box, and it's something I want, but first of all, we need an empty slot, and second of all, we need to get the hell out of there. Let's see. Oh my. Okay, we can throw away this gold hairpin. Boom! So there's our free ribbon. Well, not free. We have to kick someone's ass to have it. Ain't you lovely? Astaroth, huh? Well, that kind of fella needs a blood sword applied to him. Luckily, I could still use the Masamune from my back pocket. Zerk. Blink Zerk strats, we call these. And he's going to cast String for fun, as always. Scourge 16. Alright, now that we've taken care of preliminary business, we'll call it, we'll get back to the business of beating your ass. Oh yeah. He's got a ridiculous amount of HP, so the blood sword does a ridiculous amount of damage. That's the power of fractions. Alright, now let's see how well Gus punches this guy. Now that we've seen that his holy does 400 and something damage. And remember, this is a hasted, berserked Gus. He's got a lot going for him. Yeah, I think there might be something wrong. Did his strength roll over to negative values? Is that possible? The ancient text said nothing about such nonsense. The only downside is if we did want to put Gus back in the back row to be a dedicated white mage, we don't have that white robe anymore. Y'all didn't do a good enough job of convincing me not to get rid of it. His strength is 35. His strength is 36, so I don't know what the hell is going on. He's still unarmed. I don't know. We'll just make him, he'll just be our frontline tank white mage. I mean, monks. He's like a monk tank white mage. That's the thing, right? Anyway, we found another ribbon. It'd probably be best to put it on Maria. I'd like to put it on Furion, but he seems to be doing alright these days. So, boom. Good and times. This pack of fucks. Prime running away material. They tried to kill me with a fucking warp spell, if you can believe it. They must have agility, because they all went before we even attempted to run away. I believe this little side thing is wrong. They put that there just to spite you. Because they know that, like me, you would see it and be like, oh, that must be the path forward. I'm very smart. You attack him. You blow one of them up. You blow one of them up. And then you attack that one. Rock 9. Rockman 9. That's a good one. Mega Man 9 is my favorite of like the modern quote-unquote Mega Man games. Even though Mega Man 9 itself is like, what, 15 or so years old? Yeah, I never really cared for Mega Man 10 as much. I never even finished it. And then I just didn't bother with 11 at all. There's my Mega Man history. If you're like my physician. You're like, can you tell me about your history with Mega Man? I see. Indeed. Like, I haven't said anything yet. What is happening? Keep in mind, Gus's blink spell, even with that rank 7, is being inhibited by mainly the dragon armor, now that I think about it. That's really the only piece of gear he has on with a penalty, so it might not be that bad. Once again, this pack of fucks has made themselves known. Cool, we're that much closer. Is there anything we care about on this particular floor? Where the hell are we? I just realized. Okay, oh, that got us around here, and now we can take the next way up. Got it. Preemptive strike, which means preemptive escape. Okay, now we're on this floor. Now I have a vague idea of where we're standing. It's one of those Sage's Wisdom items right there. But you know how bad we are at remembering to use that. Do we fight these things to get another ribbon for Firion? No. Because as we've stated in the past, his current gear... Oh god, she's a fucking boss, isn't she? You're like, hell yeah, Lamia Queen's a boss. It means we couldn't run away, so we just squandered one of our... our chance to get buffs up. Damn it. Now you know Gus is going to get knocked out before you can even do anything. You're never going to keep him down, although sometimes you can if you just keep hitting him. Yeah, there you go. Critical hit, fell asleep, blah, 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 blah. Video games, Final Fantasy, we're all having fun. Well, I guess we might die. Yeah, we did. I don't remember where the last return by death point is. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, you crowd. I'll make an agreement with you. I'll stop bitching and moaning if you stop forcing me, quote unquote, to secretly hide where I'm setting the fucking checkpoints at so we could just get through this damn game. How's that sound? You crowd fucking put me through something, I'll tell you that. You're like, I haven't done the first fucking thing, man. Okay, you go in the garbage, and you go in the garbage, and you apparently go to the top of the page. You go in the garbage, and you go in the garbage, and we're never going to remember to use this, so garbage. Why would I ever put this back on? Garbage. Nobody cares about this shit, and nobody cares about this shit. And extra dragon armor is worthless, and once again, there. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, this guy again. Alright, put on your damn blood sword. Use your Masamune to haste yourself up. You berserk your brother. You remember to use the Saint Spirit, and you just start attacking. We know how the fight's gonna go, so why am I even sitting here watching these little animations? I would like to see if Gus does any considerable amount more holy damage with, wow, one hit, thanks, hasted Firion. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, his spirit was almost maxed to start with, so there's only so much higher he can go with it when you think about it. But it is satisfying to finally use that fucking item up. Firion, my man, my dog. Why are you only getting one fucking hit at a time? Even with your haste 11. There's no reason to put Berserk on Firion because your attack power doesn't affect the Blood Sword. As I've said, yeah, you go. As I've said before, it's based on fractions. And fractions don't care about your attack power. It's on 420 YOLO. Somehow we survived. Okay. What a fun, lighthearted adventure we've been going through. Cure that boy of death, and then cure that boy of not having full HP. There. Then, make a save state. don't care. Run, 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 run. What a daring escape we made. Okay, let's keep going. The only reason I haven't been running from these things is I just assume that he's considered a boss fight because he was earlier in the thing. And so we're not allowed to like just run away from the fight. It's not efficient, but I'm doing the fast forward, just hold down A strat for this shit. There, we somehow won the fight. What a daring, heart wrenching, edge of your seat struggle, son. Nail biter. So we'll describe that fight we just got through. Alright, put Dick Butt back in the front row. Get over here. Make a save state. If you decide to play this game at home for yourselves, kids, like this version of it, just use save states. Who gives a shit if Mike Matei thinks you're cool or not, son? We're not the kids we were back in the 80s and 90s who had infinite free time to throw themselves at an old JRPG like this, son. We're all grown-ass adults. Getting shit done. Oh, Jesus. Even if we return by death from that fight, what is the... Are we just going to get ambushed every time is the thing? Or does casting Cure Magic change the RNG? I'd like to think it does. There. Okay, even if we are ambushed, that's much less fucking enemies to deal with. Alright. Normally I would want to spend a turn hasting, but I realize these things kill you so fucking quick, or paralyze you so fucking quick, that I want to just get rid of them. Okay, good. He can one-shot them without haste. Gus is a stop the presses, son. Fucking burn the newspaper building down. Call Jane Jonah Jameson at 3 in the morning and let him know that Gus got meleeed by a Lamia and it didn't immediately put him in a fucking coma. I didn't think it was possible. There it is. So I guess even a ribbon doesn't protect you from getting punch sleeped. How lovely. I want that boy to gain. Remember I said I was going to use the life book if more than one character died, so that's why I'm just casting a life spell. I don't know if multi-target life works in this version of the game. It seems like the kind of thing that wouldn't. You keep slapping Gus, nobody cares. We're just going to beat you to death now. We're the heroes. Huh, Maria got some agility. What's to complain about? Why, you'd have to be some kind of ungrateful asshole to complain after that. Especially if you were recording yourself for the internet for kind-hearted people to listen to. I think we're reaching that threshold where me admonishing myself for bitching and moaning is becoming more annoying than the actual bitching and moaning. So I'll try to stop. I apologize, y'all. The Thunder Gigas. Yes, I wanted you to flare your brother. That's exactly what I wanted to do. There we go. That's a respectable fucking turn right there, boys. Or it would be if you crowd did more damage than I always expect you to. Alright, those bombs are just going to blow themselves up, so let's just attack. That's my theory, anyway. Rock 9, once again. Even with his shitty little, for some reason, weakened punches, he was able to obliterate that heel Gigas. That's satisfying. You know what I'm going to do? Let's see if we can get Gus to hands level 10, and if that fixes this weird problem he's having where he's not doing melee damage anymore. That would be ever so loverly. A flare tome. How fun. Oh, I forgot to equip that ribbon that I fought for. I was too busy being mad. We put it on Maria, right? Because I believe you and Gus both already have ribbons, yeah. Neat and fun. Just like this playthrough, baby. Nah, I'm real happy that y'all have tolerated it up to this point. How many of you have actually played Final Fantasy II in any of its forms before watching this playthrough? Alright, I don't have the ancient text here anymore, but the rest of the dungeon is pretty straightforward because there's no other treasures I care about. We just got to get to the Emperor and fucking kick him in the dick. Then bada bing, bada boom. Ambushed! I'll just kick back, kick my feet up. Think about Sakaguchi and the smug look he has to have on his face right now. Another harrowing battle we barely survived. Okay. Oosh. Oh, damn it. This never ends. I don't remember this floor. Where did I throw the holy text when I was yelling earlier? When I was mad that I game over and I was taking it out on y'all. Where did I throw this fucking book? Alright, what do you want me to do, Sakaguchi, to get through this last fucking room? Let's see. If we go... Just follow the left wall and go across. Okay, there's a treasure chest with an acid vial in it. The most valuable and useful item in the game. No idea why the next to penultimate floor in your fucking video game has such a quote-unquote useful item in it. We did it once again somehow, some way. God, if they changed targets when one died, we would get through that shit even faster. I'm gonna grab it just because Sakaguchi thinks I need to have it. A blue dragon! That's a fierce, devastating foe that we could never possibly defeat. Somehow we did it! He dropped money, which means no dragon shield, unfortunately, because we need more items. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one, I'm just saying. It's not a bad thing. Well, that's not a group I want to deal with. I can't remember if you can run from them or not, but you can return by death so that you don't have to get the shit kicked out of you. Okay, we weren't ambushed that time. Once again, I still don't know if you can run from her because she was a boss. Masamune. Berserk. Blink, even though we all know you're never going to get to cast it. And then attack. Here we go. Okay, preemptive strike for the first time in fucking history, so that Gus might get through one of these fights unmolested, since he'll have actual evasion now. Wow, that was unberserk. I guess he does have the damn Excalibur. I keep underselling how strong Leon is. Okay, good. I'm just going to have to hope beyond hope that made it where he'll be able to dodge an occasional attack. You might as well put Blink on him too. Blaster! Don't forget, they just have an ability that they can just decide you're paralyzed and dead. I'm just doing my thing. There we go, that's what I should have done to start with. A diamond curia. Oh, okay. So that's that equivalent. That would probably give her a lot more defense, but she would lose... Yeah, she would lose Int, so not worth it. Bring that crowd back to life, son. Get them some HP to get back on their way. That's right, 420. The most powerful HP amount. Leon doesn't get the joke when I'm like, oh no, 69's the power number. He's like, I don't understand. Urban Dictionary. Grant me the knowledge I seek. And then as soon as he finds out what it means, he just starts blushing. And won't talk anymore. I'm like, so Leon, did you learn anything about 69? I'm too mature for this conversation. If you need me, I'll be online. Farming points in Gaia Online. I don't know how Gaia Online works. Maple Story calls. Okay, everyone's HP is getting kind of low. I do need to osmose, but I also need to stop being so petulant and shitty if I'm going to do something like that. Alright, good. Penultimate floor. These fucking assholes are pissing me off. Oh, everyone's in the back row, I forgot. So basically, Fury and Melee. No, Maria shot her bow too. Hey, more agility for Furion. More agility for me, says Furion. Boosh. Alright, this Starfield Void is the final room of Final Fantasy II, boys. Now, there are random encounters, so let's see if we can... Yeah, I was going to say, let's see if we can make it up. Another blue dragon. How will we defeat him? If we can get a dragon shield to drop right before the end of the game, it'll all be worth it. All the bitching and moaning here, all the goodwill I burned in the final dungeon will be worth it. No, he dropped money. The agility up he gave us, and the sword level up, and the hands level up was all we needed. Well, at least we got Gus to level 10 hands before the very end. If any of y'all that know the game more than me, or can research it better than me, can ever figure out why Gus lost his ability to do melee damage right at the end of the playthrough, it'd be interesting. The Emperor just standing there, very pancakes-like. Oh, shit, I thought we could save right in front of him. I was going to set up my team. Alright, here's our final setup for this boy. So you want the blood sword equipped. Well, no, I mean, I'm probably not going to use any of it, but you might as well have one of those. Alright, Yoichi's bow is no longer needed. Let's see, you've got a unicorn horn. Let's give you... Shit, let's give you the acid file that Sakaguchi wanted you to have so desperately. And as for the boy, Leon, I would give him the Masamune. Oh, that's right, I'm not going to because there's a reason. I want her to actually hold the Masamune. So, the haste effect from the Masamune, like I said earlier, is affected by your int and your, I assume, magic adjust. So, Maria would cast the most powerful haste 11. And since I'm going to be doing damage with the blood sword, it doesn't really matter if someone's wielding. In fact, since I said earlier that mages can wield it, why not give her the damn Masamune to hold and to have? You can't put it in your hands, Maria. You have to hold it in your R hand. She's like, what? What are you going on about? Oh, so you can equip a bow like that? I thought it took both slots. Final Fantasy 2 always getting you right to the very end. Okay, it's about the best we could hope for. So everybody's shotgunning elixir. And we'll take this motherfucker down like he deserves. Alright, and one final secret save state that y'all don't know about. And we'll take care of this shit. Bada bing, bada boom. Are you ready for Final Fantasy 2 to be over, boys? This time, you will die. What a well-written villain. He seems real pleasant. Okay, here's the order we're going to go in. You know Lieutenant Maress is going to have to come out right at the end of the game and give us her strength. You can use the Masamune. Gus, you blink everyone up. And as for this asshole, there really isn't anything he can do other than just be melee. A preemptive strike on the final boss. Son. Lieutenant Maress, we got a preemptive strike on Lieutenant Maress. That's where she wakes up and she's like, oh god, that fucking idiot's gonna come here bothering me. But then she rolls over and I'm just there on her bed and I'm like, too late. You're already being bothered, baby. I'm there like John Delancey that time Picard woke up and he was laying next to him. Good job, Leon. I really shouldn't be speeding up like this during the fucking final boss fight. Okay, so you're just gonna attack. Cast Flare. Cast Holy. Melee. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh no, not Leon with Flare 16. Hell yeah. You can fight him without the blood sword if you like want more of a challenge, although he is a early JRPG final boss. Luckily his dispel doesn't do shit, so we don't have to worry about it taking our haste and everything away. But yeah. I don't know if I've ever fought him without the blood sword. It's in the game and it's programmed to work this way. I really don't consider it a bug. I could just consider it a legitimate strategy. The blood sword is like camping. You know, the Emperor's on the forums, and he's like, cheesy, nice fucking light warriors always got to have their fucking blood swords. I took over hell, goddammit. I've got snakes coming out of my helmet and a big stick. How dare you degrade me in such a way. I'm gonna cast Strain for fun as Leon's final action, because I think this might be the last turn of Final Fantasy II. The good times we shared. Well, there we go, son. Figured I'd stay quiet during the dramatic ending. So I can appreciate... I mean, that ending was very simplistic. It was just, we won. We're immediately back at the palace. Gordon and Hilda are like, good fucking job, boys. And Paul and Layla are like, yeah, that was a good one. Well, we're going to go home now. Time to hit that dusty trail. And even Joseph's daughter was like, I'm glad you all did good. Could you have prevented my daddy from getting crushed by a boulder? Maybe, but who knows. And of course, Leon was far too edgy to remain with us. So I said Leon would never leave the party, but I guess I lied. He just leaves the party after the end of the game. So feel free to leave your own fan fictions in the comments on what you think happened to the characters after the end of the game. But in all seriousness, I mean, remember Final Fantasy 1, you got to Garland at the end of the game, and he was 3 little text boxes where they had to like physically move his sprite because nobody could have more than 1 text box. And then you beat him, and then some convoluted story played while you were looking at rivers and forests that was like, time is a flat circle, man, and the good times, etc. So, you know, it shows how Final Fantasy, you know, evolved from 1 to 2. The characters are able to walk around and have very basic sprites, but, you know, storytelling. So, there you go, Final Fantasy 2. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a good time recording it for y'all, even with all the bitching and moaning. I'm mainly stressed out because I'm running out of time today specifically, and I just wanted this to be done, because I told myself I wasn't going to start uploading it until I knew for a fact that I could just put it out regularly for y'all, and you wouldn't have to wait 7 months for me to finish this playthrough. So, Final Fantasy 2 is really not as bad. I mean, it's not perfect. It's got a shitload of flaws, and I could see why people wouldn't like it. And I could respect somebody who at least tried it, or at least looked at it and didn't like it. But most people online, you know, they just hear from some e-celeb or podcast over the years that Final Fantasy 2 is the bad one, and, you know, they just set that in stone and they're done. So, I'm curious to see if the Pixel Remaster makes it a lot different. I like how we're focusing on Leon right here at the end. They knew he was the fan favorite character. Well, hey y'all, it's future editor Ben here. How y'all doing? Have you had a good time? Have you had a good time with the almost 3-hour finale of Final Fantasy 2? I figured this would be the best way to make sure that it gets out to y'all, is to just make it one giant episode. I actually laughed out loud to myself editing this last episode when, about a minute ago, you would have heard past me talking about how I'm so happy I played through the whole game and how I'm just going to get it uploaded for y'all and you won't have to wait 7 months for the conclusion. Well, I recorded this in November of 21 and started uploading it in December of 21, and I'm now recording this little end cap, and it's May of 2022. So that's around 6 months. So, I mean, I wasn't wrong. But the original plan was to get it all uploaded and just like put it out boom, 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 day after day, and just get through FF2. Because I know a lot of the people that watch Tenfey stuff don't really care about some old archaic busted JRPG like this. But for those of you that do, I'm glad you stuck with it, and I hope you had a good time. As I was saying earlier, I really don't think Final Fantasy 2 is that bad of a game. And in fact, I've been playing the Pixel Remaster. As I've been editing this final episode, I'm actually standing outside of Mysidia at the very beginning of the game when you get Minwu in your party, and we're just flat busted. Because I figured if I'm going to play through the Pixel Remaster and it's that much easier, then, you know, I might as well just power level, min-max sun. Plus, it's a nice, mindless, repetitive thing to do when you're editing a YouTube video. But enough about that nonsense that you don't care about. So anyway, my overall conclusions of FF2. If you're going to play it, you know, play at least the Origins version. It fixes a lot of bugs, has some quality of life improvements, although it still has the limited inventory. I'd say that's one of my biggest complaints with the game. If I had the, let's see, if this is completely unscripted here at the end, so if it gets extra rambly, that's why. But I'd say my biggest complaints with this game is the incredibly limited inventory. The fact that characters like can't use items other than the like 2 you have in their hands slots or whatever, and the whole thing with not getting stat ups at the end of fights when you have permanent status debuffs is aggravating. And of course, you know, some of the other stuff is bugs, like the whole Maria and Gus get targeted more, that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're going to play it, the Game Boy version, the leveling is handled a bit differently. I don't know if the cancel select works the same, but you tend to level up your skills faster to make up for it. Plus, it has a whole bonus mode where you go into the afterlife as all the party members that fail, and Minwoo is the main character. And I think you fight the Emperor. I think once you get done kicking his dick in hell, he actually goes into heaven and tries to take over. He's a hard man to get rid of, son. He's a hard man to kick hard enough in the dick that he knows he needs to go home and reevaluate his life. We need Bobby Hill. He's the only one with the strength and courage. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy II. Feel free to, in the comments, let me know who your favorite alternate character that I made up was. I mean, Edgy Boy Leon's pretty good, but it's hard to beat Holy Hands Gus. But of course, Garlic Gordon, he's there like Onion Bubs. You know, there's that one fan screaming for him. So anyway, whenever I get around to doing Final Fantasy III, I'm going to make y'all a promise right here, and I'm going to stick to it. When I finally get to recording Final Fantasy III, I'm going to record it all, I'm going to edit it all, and I'm going to upload every episode, you know, unlisted to my channel so that I can start releasing them to you regularly. So if you see the first episode of Final Fantasy III TMVA appear on the Tenfey channel, you'll know that you're going to get the whole thing at a reasonable time. Another thing I've kind of thought about here at the end is maybe I don't need to break everything up into little roughly hour episodes, because this final stretch here would have probably been 2 if not 3 episodes, and I was like, I'm never going to get that shit uploaded for those poor people if I don't just put it all as one big chunk, because, you know, it doesn't help with viewer retention or whatever metrics YouTube wants you to focus on, but I figured you crowd that care about it can just watch it at your own pace and come back to it when you need to. You don't have to marathon the whole thing in one setting unless you want to. And another thing is, I tried to be sneaky and cute with like hiding my save states throughout the playthrough. You'll notice some that I missed, but if you ever see me like pause for a few seconds silently in the inventory screen when like there's a bunch of black area around so that I could hide the little save state slot 1. And it wasn't even like to be like, hey guys, I'm a big dick gamer and I play through old school games without save states. Yeah, I'm a pretty cool guy. I was just, you know, trying to keep the immersion up for y'all, but I realized here at the end that isn't really what it's about. Tenfey channel has never been about being good at the game. It's about being good at running your mouth while you're playing the game. So when I play Final Fantasy III, I'll probably just save state more often and we'll all just ignore it. Everyone just look away for me. As to when I'm going to play Final Fantasy III, boys, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I got to get through Elden Ring. I need to finish Breath of the Wild. It's irresponsible how long. Talk about stretching this playthrough out. Breath of the Wild has been probably 3 years I've been playing through it. And don't even bring up any way the wind blows. But yeah, whenever I get to that point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to play Final Fantasy III, because I don't know, I've only played through Final Fantasy III a single time, although it was a translated Famicom ROM, but it was like back in it was like 2003 or something, so we'll have to see. If y'all want to give me some bonus motivation, tell you what, why don't you, if you're feeling motivated, why don't you go out and find a nice artist on the internet who accepts commissions and get them to do some nice fan art. Tell you what, take your favorite character from Final Fantasy II and get a picture of Freya Crescent from Final Fantasy IX cosplaying as your favorite Final Fantasy II character and post it in the Tenfey Discord. Son, you never know, it might light that spark inside me that's like, I have to play more Final Fantasy. I have to obtain more cute rat wife pictures. Oh, what a cringy ending that I've recorded for this. Good times. Good times.